want y'all to understand that haters have a job to do.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Fight!
Man, of course I don't want a black man to steal from me. I don't want a white man to steal from me. I don't want a Middle Eastern man to steal from me. I don't want a Hispanic to steal from me. I don't want an Asian to steal from me. Oh yeah, that's right. Asians steal too. Folks, it is Monday, March 13th, and we are coming off a good weekend of college basketball. Let's jump into it right away. My wild card team, people were asking me over the weekend who my wild card team in this tournament is. And yeah, I had a couple things to say about it. First off, I would pay anything to see Duke and Kansas in the championship game. Leading up to it, my favorite matchups would be in that second round with Kansas versus Michigan State, Josh Jackson versus Miles Bridges. And a Sweet 16 matchup if we can possibly get a UCLA versus Kentucky with De'Aaron Fox and Lonzo Ball. Another just a matchup of those freshmen, that are so highly touted. That said, my wild card team is Nevada. There's a kid out there, Jordan Caroline, who is one of the most underrated athletes in college basketball. The son of Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer Simeon Rice, who played football, of course, All-Pro, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was a legend at the University of Illinois. And this kid has a body like a football player. With that matchup of, in that first round they have Iowa State, I'm telling you, would you consider Nevada a Cinderella team? Not quite. Only because what seed are they? That is, I think they are number they are number 12 versus number 5. With what Nevada did throughout the year, they had some amazing performances. So I wouldn't really consider them Cinderella, but the odds maker have how the odds makers are in Vegas, so they will obviously, if Nevada pulls off that first and second round win. Second round they have Purdue, and I think they can also get past Purdue. I think they'll end up playing Kansas, which will surprise a lot of folks. I have them on my bracket playing Kansas, and I think that's where they'll run out of fuel, but we'll see. As far as the money that will be made, it's estimated that Vegas will pull in $850 million just in gambling money from all the bracket play. You throw that in with TV rights, you throw that in with merchandise sales, and I mean, I tell you what, can we just give some of these college players a little bit of money? And please, you guys, don't call in and don't email me the whole thing about, well, the players get scholarships and they get opportunity. That's saying a lot. Yeah, I understand that, but there's a word called exploitation. I used that in one of my leads, and I'm using it now, which is why I'm happy that Lonzo Ball's the Ball family, they came out with their own brand, and he said it on the interview. Exploitation is the thing, and yeah, these guys do have an opportunity, and anyone would want them. But at the same time, it's a labor intensive thing to be a student athlete. So that said, we'll get back to that down the line. I'm sure it'll come up again. I had some, I want to talk about this real quick. I had some emails from parents asking, they were asking me if stars mattered. And you hear about 4 and 5 star athletes And does it really matter to be a 4 and 5 star athlete? To me, it does, but that's just my opinion. I was a recruited athlete, did my college ball, Illinois, and had a chance to get into NFL training camp. Um, if you ask me, yeah, and I know the cases of, because this is what people hit you with. Well, such and such was a 2 star athlete, and this guy was a 1 star athlete, and he didn't get all the. Yeah, most people who tell you that, and I'm sorry to say, most people who tell you those stories about 1 and 2 star athletes, they don't have 3 and 4 and 5 star athletes, obviously. So, that they can stop with that stuff. That stuff doesn't fly by me. Most 4 and 5 star athletes, people don't see the commitment that takes place. I tell you what, I know a kid now out at Bishop Gorman. This kid is a 4 star lineman, Jacob Isaiah. Actually, a kid transferred to Bishop Gorman from Hawaii. And I can tell you this, I watched this kid from the time he was a sophomore to now, where he's going to be a senior this coming fall. I want to say this kid has about 12 to 15 offers, and you see the development, you see the dedication, you see the right attitude. So they earn that 4 and 5 star status. Now, I'm not saying that they're not 5 star guys, because there are a lot of 5 star guys out there that get cocky and this and that, and some guys mistake cockiness for overconfidence, or for confidence. But I don't really go for the whole 1 and 2 star story. I think if you put in the work, that stuff will speak for themselves. I know I see people on Facebook saying, don't believe in the star. And yeah, some of the stuff is just, fly by night. I think with basketball, that's, as the number of stars you have matters more than in football, because in football, there's so much growth in college. Basketball, for instance, and I refer back to him, Jason Tatum. I mean, you can look at Jason Tatum as a senior in high school, along with guys like Harry Giles, even Lonzo Ball, Miles Bridges, and guys like that. I mean, you look now, Trayvon Duvall. I mean, if you tell me Trayvon Duvall is not an NBA guard playing in high school right now, then you just don't know sports. You look at Zion Williamson. Now, Zion Williamson, obviously, that's a case of a guy who, I mean, look at the kid. He looks like a baby playing basketball with the body fat on him and stuff, and no muscle tone at all. I mean, this kid is just a big kid, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but he has the shape of a Cadillac that is moving like on one of those nimble speed cars that they do street racing with. So that said, I think star. If you want me to answer the question about do stars matter, I think they do. I think it starts early. I think it starts as a freshman. But like I said, my opinion. And you guys wanted me to talk about what I thought about Andre Iguodala, and I don't like going down this road with the whole racism thing. If you didn't hear, I'll tell you. Andre Iguodala had an interview, and he kept using the N-word, and basically it came down to him saying, well, Massa say this, and so we're going to do this, and what would a stupid N-word say for, to answer the questions of the reporters. And I understand those reporters are out there earning the check, and here's my thing. I did a lead story thing on, whether basketball and football, professional wise, was slavery. And I said, no, I think, like I said, I used the word exploitation. You can't, only ignorance, okay? Only a person that hasn't researched their history will compare making $20 million to riding in the bottom of a boat chained to about, whoever, how many ever people, those guys that, those slaves were trained to, pissing and crapping on each other and thrown to the sharks. And I mean, just, it takes a special level of ignorance. If you can go back in time and take any person working in the cotton fields, bearing all the troubles. I don't even want to bring up all the troubles they had. Okay, and put them in this generation or whatever, the generation of paying pro athletes. Okay, I mean, it's not even a comparison. I played, ball, and I would trade it in a heartbeat. I would trade it for in a heartbeat. If I could play professional ball again, I would trade it in a heartbeat.
Damn, are you happy now?
So I just don't go into that. I don't know what you guys want me to say, but that's my humble opinion. When guys say stuff like that, well, it's as ridiculous as back when Latrell Sprewell said, I gotta feed my family. It was something about, he was talking about his his basically the lack of his contract, the lack of money in his contract, where he said he had to feed his family and this and that. It was just nonsense. You have, like I said, you have people out here working these 9 to 5s who's, some of them love the job, some of them hate it. But for what these guys get for, performing, because, it is, as it was said before, it's an entertainment, it's all entertainment. It's the opportunity that they have. Okay. You have a lot of opportunity that comes with that money. They say this and that, our community needs help. I gave an example of how ridiculous it is. I saw that, and I'm not, forgive me if I go off tangent a little bit, but the one pastor who asked, he wanted $450 million or something for a plane or something. I mean, come on, man. To me, that's as ridiculous as an athlete who makes, who has made over 20-30 million, asking you, the common man, to donate to a charity. Okay. You can get at any time, and I know the camaraderie amongst athletes, you can get any 10, 12 of your friends, teammates, whatever, to donate just pennies of their checks, a small portion of the check, and you can raise, whatever, open schools, whatever you need to do. So, as far as going back to what Andre Iguodala said with the N word, is it right or wrong? I mean, I know guys use it every day. I play ball with guys that use it every day. As Stephen A said, when a white guy say, hey, why can't I use it? Like you said, you know the history behind it. So, let's not play those games and, this and that. So, that's my take on that. Now, going back to, the NCAA brackets real quick. I don't know if the email was trying to be funny or trying to mock me or whatever, but it was asking why did I say that 10 guys out of this freshman class can go and play. What's my big thing on one and done? My big thing on one and done is simple. Okay, you guys, all of us, we work to pay our bills and this and that. Don't be a clown and tell me that you're going to tell a kid to, hey, stay in school for 4 years, risk injury, and skip over the $10 million that you'll make off of endorsements and, with your first contract. I'm not talking about those guys who may be picked in the first round or second round. I'm talking about the bona fide first round picks. I'm talking about the Jason Tatums, the Miles Bridges, the Lonzo Balls, the De'Aaron Foxes, the Malik Monks, the Bam Adebayos. Those are the guys I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, these guys who are maybe guys. So, I don't like I said, the email said, well, I think that's wrong to tell an athlete or to write about an athlete going one and done. Well, that's your opinion, and I just appreciate the email. I gotta
stop. This fight's finished. I gotta call it. Huh? Look, champ, you can't do no more out there. Man, fight. He's killing you. I gotta stop this thing.
And so be it. So I'm being held. I actually beat the clock today, so I thought I was gonna get 30 minutes on the mic, but I beat them to helling me off with the whole. I beat them today. So, like I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys will hear from me tomorrow. Forgive me. And See you there.